So days ago, I broke this story about how Ezra Miller was being fired. You had Warner executives behind the scenes having emergency meetings talking about what they were going to do about The Flash and the Fantastic Beasts 3 star. Well, guess what? Even after the mainstream media said that it is a flat-out lie, bam, you have Rolling Stone come in and confirm the fact.
You serious?
Now, there's a lot of proof that this is happening, too, and not just to Ezra Miller. There's proof that certain Aquaman starlet, they're out the door, too, as every single person that has defended their behavior, they're out the door. I mean, we're talking CEOs, we're talking executives, we're talking HR representatives, and more. You and I, we're going to talk about this stuff today. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And briefly, before we get started, check out and back our project. It is live right now on Indiegogo. 4 days and change remaining out of our 30. We desperately need your help. This is our alternative to an industry that does not like you. Walk away from that. Support alternatives. Thank you. So when I saw this article making the rounds in headlines with everyone talking about Rolling Stone's exclusive, saying that Ezra Miller's arrest, it prompted emergency Warner Brothers meetings about the star's future, I kind of had to laugh. I mean, after all, they're claiming that this is exclusive. They're claiming that they broke the story, but like so many news outlets out there, you have YouTubers breaking stories, and they just come in, they say, we have confirmation of that, and then the media, they actually start to pay attention. Now, as far as Rolling Stone's coverage is concerned, I found it really interesting how they use Will Smith as a talking point, saying Will Smith isn't the only Hollywood star facing career backlash in the wake of a public outburst, trying to make the two comparable. Continuing, on March 30th, by the way, that date range, it's on right a little bit, but it's off too. March 29th is when I started talking about this. You had a meeting happen then. There have been several meetings after the fact, but they say March 30th, Warner Brothers and DC executives held an emergency impromptu meeting to discuss Ezra Miller's future with the studio following the Flash star's recent arrest for disorderly conduct and harassment. According to a knowledgeable source, I wonder where you got that. Do you actually have sources? Or maybe you're just actually picking up what YouTubers talk about. The consensus in the room was to hit pause on any future projects involving Miller, including possible appearances in the DC Extended Universe. Now, Rolling Stone has much more to say about that too, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, but what they're saying here is kind of a lie by omission. What I mean is that they make it sound like Ezra Miller could walk away with a slap on the wrist and nothing more. Phase him out of the public, don't keep him around for a while, then bring him back, because projects, they're already done, and we're going to see what exactly transpires. Now, it is true that if something is already made, they may not sack and shelf it, but Ezra Miller, he's out the door. They are not going to keep him around. I say that because Warner Media and Discovery, they are merging right now. The merger, it will be completed next week. That is going to be right in the middle of one of the highest profile Hollywood cases that has ever hit with JD versus that certain Aquaman starlet. And the people that made it look like Warner Brothers was sided with a certain Aquaman starlet, they were keeping people like Ezra Miller around. Those folks, they had been protecting them despite everything they did. Yeah, they're all gone. When I say they're all gone, I mean the highest person in Warner Media. They are out the door now. The CEO, Jason Kilar, he was told either you can step down or you can be fired. So he decided he would take his golden parachute. Now, along with Jason Kilar, you have many other executives that he boosted to positions of prominence. Ann Sarnoff, for example. Ann Sarnoff was the Warner Brothers chairman. She decided to unceremoniously fire JD. She's the one that said that was going to be good for Fantastic Beasts 3, while deciding that she was going to flat out ignore everything that transpired with Ezra Miller. She also thought it would be a good idea to come out and have someone defend that certain Aquaman starlet. Well, she not only got her walking papers, but she wasn't told what was going to happen until hours before it happened. There had been rumors about it, mind you, but she was unceremoniously shown the door as well. Yeah, seems like getting that karma whirlwind, right? Now, there are a lot of other people that are hitting the bricks as well. People that defended, again, that certain Aquaman starlet and Ezra Miller. That includes your chief financial officer for Warner Brothers, Jason Kilar's right-hand corporate communications person. You also have your chief inclusions officer. That says something, doesn't it? When your chief inclusions officer had been part of backing this mess, yeah, they needed to be gone. You have your chief human resources officer, your chief revenue officer, you have general counsel, chief technological officer, and so many others. Now, Rolling Stone kind of makes a good case for what I'm saying, too. They detail all of the issues that Ezra Miller has had. Again, he's had those issues with customers. He's gone out into Hawaii. You saw everything that was detailed with that. And on top of it, he has had meltdowns behind the scenes. One insider says Miller had frequent meltdowns during production last year on The Flash. While the insider stresses there was no yelling or violent outbursts, they describe Miller as quote-unquote losing it. Ezra would get a thought in his head and say, "I don't know what I'm doing," the insider tells Rolling Stone. Now, Warner, they didn't want him for promotional with Fantastic Beasts. Some of that, it was contractual obligations. Some of that, it was keeping him away from properties. But after the damage here, yeah, he's done. You have no one left to protect him. Same thing with a certain Aquaman starlet. They are destroying franchises that make billions of dollars. They won't be kept around. Now, Ezra Miller may be phased out when he's fired, but still, he's going to be fired nonetheless. Yeah, vindication, though. These folks, again, have people telling me that that's not true. That's a lie. Yeah, right here. You can see it in black and white. But anyway, check out and back our project. It is live right now in Indiegogo. 4 days and change remaining. This is our alternative to companies just like this one. They denigrate you as customers. Look what they let happen to people. Walk away from that nonsense. Walk towards an alternative. That's what we're providing. Also, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Until next time, we will see you soon.